Welcome to Secret Love Channel. Dear friends, have you ever wondered if the feelings that person has for you are really sincere? Sometimes, actions that seem to be caring actually have other purposes, making you confused and not knowing what to do. Maybe you have been in that situation, feeling that sweet gestures, loving words are just a cover to hide something deeper. Is he sincere or just taking advantage of you? Sometimes, we cannot see through it at first, but subtle signs will help you realize that. When facing a relationship, it is important to recognize the other person's true feelings. If you feel insecure, doubtful about the sincerity of his love for you, stop for a moment and take a closer look. The signs below will help you realize whether he is someone who truly cares about you or is just taking advantage of your feelings. 1. He doesn't care about your feelings. Understanding each other is necessary to build a close and meaningful relationship. But he seems to disregard your feelings and act cold towards you. If he doesn't understand you, he's not important to you and you should accept that. 2. He's hiding himself. One of the most suspicious signs is that he doesn't open up to you. While you want to move the relationship forward, he acts shy. As the days go by, you still don't know anything about his plans, friends or life. He doesn't seem to want to share anything with you. There is a gap in communication between you and him because he never expresses his strong feelings. He may often appear angry or upset, but he doesn't tell you why. 3. He talks boringly. Exciting conversations that last late into the night can help you get to know him on a deeper level. But that's not the case with your partner. Most of the time when you're with him, he just talks about sports, the weather, politics, etc., while you're revealing more about your life in hopes of getting similar insights into him. It seems like he's still trying to hide it. If he can't talk to you honestly and actively about his concerns about the relationship, then the bottom line is that you should reconsider the relationship. 4. You haven't met anyone he knows. If your boyfriend introduces you to his friends, it's a sign that he's serious about you and wants a future with you. However, if you've been together for a few months and he hasn't introduced you to his group of friends and you know very little about his personal life, this is a red flag. 5. Strange behavior when talking about the future. Trying to avoid discussing commitment with you is a sure sign that he's just using you. Being afraid of commitment or not wanting something serious means he has an ulterior motive and is just trying to deceive you. Get out of this relationship as soon as possible. 6. He takes too much from you. Does he always need something from you? And are you always paying the bills? Then he definitely doesn't love you. If he's always asking you for favors or if you feel like you're doing everything to make him happy without him reciprocating, then he may be staying in the relationship just to meet his own needs. 7. He's unwilling to compromise. Being afraid of commitment or not wanting something serious means he has an ulterior motive. A reluctance to compromise is one of the biggest red flags about your relationship. Whether it's work or your personal life, his needs come first and he treats you like an option rather than a priority. He's always busy. You don't really go on any dates together. And he gets annoyed if you ask for anything. These are worrying signs. A person will always make time for you and put your needs first to make you happy if they truly care about you. 8. You don't feel special. If he doesn't understand you, then he's not important and you should accept that. Does it seem like you're the only one putting in the effort to make things work? If so, you're in a one-sided relationship. If he treats you like everyone else, making you feel like just a coworker or roommate, then he clearly doesn't value you. 9. He doesn't care about your dreams and goals. While career, family, and ambitions are important, if all he cares about is your dreams and personal growth, while he disregards your desires and goals, then he's using you. You will have a lot of difficulties if you continue to stay with him and your relationship may become toxic or never have a future. Recognizing the other person's true feelings is an important step to protect your own emotions. Don't let superficial gestures fool you. Always be alert and listen to your own feelings. If you recognize signs that the other person is not really sincere, don't hesitate to stop and protect your values. Relationships should be built on a foundation of respect and true love, not empty words or fake actions. Always remember, you deserve a sincere and complete love. If you have followed this far, please leave a comment. I want happiness. That is, you will give us more motivation to make more meaningful videos. If you haven't liked the video, please give it a like. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel to support us. We will give you a heart. Thank you very much. One evening, Sarah sat absent-mindedly in an empty coffee shop. The cold cup of coffee couldn't ease the anxiety in her heart. She thought about David, the man she thought she understood well. But now, the unclear signs gradually made her lose her direction. David was the type of man that every girl wanted: stylish, talented, and always knew how to pamper others. But recently, his words became more and more superficial, and his caring actions gradually decreased. Sarah still tried to explain to her friends, "He's probably just busy. Don't worry." But in her heart, something was gradually rising. David never mentioned their future together. Even though Sarah had asked him many times, every time she needed help, he would make excuses about being busy. But strangely, every time he needed something, David would appear with a pitiful look on his face, making Sarah feel as if she was the only one who could save him. That day, David asked Sarah to transfer an urgent amount of money because of a financial crunch. She began to notice the frequency of those stuck times, especially the recent transfer. He did not text back to thank her, nor did he ask if she was okay. Some time later, David even suggested that Sarah borrow money from the bank to buy a car, saying, "Riding a motorbike is not worthy of my girlfriend's class." One evening, Sarah decided to try something she had never thought of before: observe David very carefully. She realized that every time he called, it was only when he needed something, and the meals out were always at fancy restaurants. But of course, she was always the one paying. The compliments he gave Sarah seemed to become formulaic, as if he was just saying them to make her happy without any sincerity. What shocked Sarah the most was on her birthday. She had waited all day to receive a small gift from David, a sign of care. But he only came with a bouquet of flowers, bought in a hurry, and then spent the rest of the meal glued to his phone, saying he was busy answering important work questions. At the end of the meal, David remembered that he had forgotten his wallet. And of course, Sarah had to pay. That evening, Sarah sat alone, staring at her phone screen with loving messages from David, but not making her feel loved. She wondered, am I the only one trying in this relationship? Finally, Sarah decided to try something different. She didn't reply to David's messages for a few days. And the result? David had completely disappeared. Not a single call, not a single explanation. She suddenly realized, David didn't love her. He only loved what she could give him. Although it was a little heartbreaking, Sarah felt an indescribable relief. She realized that she deserved real love, where she was loved for who she was, not for what she could give. She decided to take the time to love herself and wait for a man who appreciates her the way she deserves. Are you in the same situation as Sarah? Don't be afraid to face the truth, because only when you are brave enough to admit and protect your heart can you find true happiness. Here are the 5 love languages that help your marriage last. Let's find out together how it is. Have you ever wondered why some couples can maintain their connection and passion over the years, while other relationships easily fade away? It's definitely not because of looks or talent, but because of understanding and using each other's love language correctly. 1. It's quality time. Love is more about quality than quantity. Not having to be together all the time. Holding hands everywhere. But if you have the opportunity to be together, turn it into a truly quality time. Fully focusing on the other person. Temporarily put aside all other disturbing factors such as phones. Work to listen and share with that person. Love does not need constant presence. But the important thing is the quality of the moments together. Know how to cherish and fully devote time to each other, so that every moment is meaningful and full of love. Temporarily put aside the troubles. Focus on the person you love. That is the way to make the relationship stronger and happier. 2. You often say loving words. Communication is the simplest and most effective way to help us understand a person. For every relationship, loving words are always welcomed and create more emotions than harsh, overly straightforward words. A compliment, a sweet, loving care for that person helps bring positivity to the spirit. As we know, everyone wants to be loved, cared for, respected, and appreciated. Loving words will be the thread that nourishes and helps the relationship last longer and become better day by day. 3. Caring actions. Besides words, actions are indispensable in love. It does not have to be two big things. Just small actions. Caring for that person in a subtle way will help the other person feel happy. Help them hold things. Get things from high places. Cook a meal. Within your ability with all the sincerity from your heart. They will definitely feel and love you more. 4. Physical contact. Physical contact such as a light handshake. A kiss to greet the new day after waking up will definitely help the two of you bond more closely together. In many cases, touching is even more effective than flowery words. Especially in some situations where words are no longer effective. A hug will help you convey your message in a subtle and emotional way. When she is angry and mad and even wants you to disappear from her sight, don't say anything. Just go forward and hug her. 5. It's a gift. Giving gifts is the simplest and oldest way to express love. But it is still extremely effective. No need for expensive gifts. Just a small but useful gift, and what the other person needs is enough to make the other person happy and love you more. We can see, especially the most precious gift. The clear proof of your love is your presence and your care for that person. We can see, when understanding and correctly applying the 5 love languages is a great way to build a lasting and happy relationship. When you know how to touch the other person's heart, love will become deeper, not eroded by time or challenges in life. A beautiful relationship does not need perfection, but needs understanding and effort from both sides. Be patient to find your partner's language and nurture love every day, so that your marriage is always full of joy and meaning. Every relationship has its own challenges, and sometimes we don't realize that the little things can make a big difference. One evening, Emily, a successful and confident woman, sat by the window of her apartment, watching the clouds drift by. She had always believed that she would find the perfect man to share her life with. But after relationships that went nowhere, she met Alex, a charming, funny man who always knew how to make her feel special. At first, the relationship between Emily and Alex was like a fairy tale. They had romantic dates, short trips, and long phone calls late into the night. Alex always made Emily feel like she was the only important person in his life. However, as time went on, Emily began to feel that something was wrong. She realized that Alex sometimes didn't really pay attention to the important things she expected. One evening, Emily prepared a special dinner for their 2-month anniversary. She had planned it for a week, preparing Alex's favorite dish, cleaning the house, and even choosing a nice dress to set the romantic mood. But when Alex arrived, he just smiled and sat down at the table, not showing any surprise or gratitude. He continued to chat about work, not noticing the effort Emily had put in. She couldn't help but feel disappointed, but still tried to keep smiling. The next day, Emily didn't say anything about it. But she felt confused. Did Alex really care about her as much as he had shown at first? She began to notice other signs. When Emily needed help, Alex often made excuses about being busy and sometimes promised to do it but didn't do it. She tried to convince herself that Alex's work was the main reason why he couldn't spend much time with her. But the dates and irresponsible promises made her feel disappointed. Once, when she sadly told Alex about her feeling of being neglected, he just smiled and said, "I didn't think you would pay attention to such small things." His answer made Emily even more tired. She began to wonder if she was being too harsh on Alex, or if there was really something wrong in this relationship. One day, Emily happened to read a book about 5 love languages. She realized that she and Alex were living in 2 different worlds. Alex expressed his love through sweet words, but Emily needed concrete actions to feel true care. That's when she realized that their relationship could improve if they both learned to understand each other's love languages. After a long day at work, Emily decided to talk to Alex. She said softly, "I know you're very busy, but I want you to understand that I need actions to show my care. Not just words. Small gestures can also make me feel more loved." Alex looked at her, was silent for a moment, then sighed. "I never thought you needed those things. I will try to learn how to make you happy. Okay?" Since then, Emily and Alex have learned to understand each other's love languages. Alex began to pay more attention to important occasions, sometimes buying a surprise gift or simply helping Emily with small tasks. Emily also understood that Alex could not always do big actions, but his efforts made her feel appreciated. Although there were still times when they were not perfect, sharing and understanding helped their relationship grow stronger. Both realized that love is not only about sweet moments but also about trying every day to understand and love each other the way the other needs. If you find the video useful, please share it with many people, as well as subscribe to the channel. Like, and if you have any questions, please leave a comment below. Thank you for watching. Goodbye and see you in the next video.